Dollastic here. Today we're going to be reviewing these S.H.Figuarts figures of Sailor Pluto and Chibi Moon, Sailor Chibi Moon. I got both of these figures from Lunar Toy Store, where you can actually trust to get authentic figures, because let's face it, there are so many stores that would claim to be authentic, but then they sell you a lot of fakies. If you guys are interested in getting your own Sailor Pluto or your own Sailor Chibi Moon, I'll provide the information in the description box below. But for now, without further ado, let's get started! So these figures, even though, they are different characters and they come with different parts, the mechanism behind these figures are pretty much the same. So I'm going to just show you the mechanism of one of the figures, but show you the details of both of these figures anyway. So yeah, we're going to get started with Chibi Moon. Actually, you know what? Let's start with Sailor Pluto. That way it's easier for me to give you a comparison of their heights. So in case you guys are wondering, the manual actually comes behind the little sheet of paper that's inside the box. So here's the manual in case you guys need to see it. Here is Sailor Pluto out of the box. As you can see, the plastic tray has different compartments for each part to go into. And her base is actually taped to the bottom. After you remove the top part, you'll see that the faces and the hands are in one plate together. You can immediately grab her staff out of the box, the figure out of the box, but the base rod is only accessible after you remove this tray. You get 3 extra face parts. The first one is a pretty basic face with no really particular expression. The second one is her with her mouth open and she's being like, "I'll punish you" kind of face. And the third one is with her eyes closed. You can even see that she has different hand parts right here. She has 4 sets of different hands with 1 extra hand right here. And I love the fact that they all go on this rod so that you don't lose any of the hand parts when you're not using it. Here is a detailed look on her staff. I believe it was something like Time Key or something like that. It's been a while since I watched Sailor Moon. I really need to go back and rewatch the series. And when I even watched it, I watched it in Korean, so it was, yeah, it's very different from how it's translated into English from what I know. So here is the detail. So nice, so beautifully sculpted. And of course, the paint job on all of the parts are just really nicely done. Here is the figure itself, which has, multiple layers of these plastic sheets to protect the figure. So thoughtful. I love it. Here's a closer look on her face. As you can see, she looks really beautiful and her hair is super gorgeously sculpted. You can even tell that they airbrushed the gradient effect on her hair so that wherever there should be more shadow, the color is a little darker. The face is gorgeously painted and her sailor suit is super nicely sculpted as well. And don't worry guys, I'm definitely going to show you how to change out face plates and stuff like that with Chibi Moon. So here's the back of her hair as well. So gorgeous. So pretty. And yes, as you guys can kind of tell, this part of the hair is a separate piece, so it gives you a little more freedom to choose which way you want your hair to go, like to create different moods and stuff like that. Here is the base plate that came with this figure. As you can see, it says Sailor Pluto right here, and the peg goes right in here, which I will show you right now. You just have to simply peg this piece right in here, and the top peg actually goes to this little clasp, which you can wrap it around your figure's waist and position it however you like. So let's peg this in here too. Then you can adjust the opening, put it around Sailor Pluto's waist, and ta-da! Sailor Pluto is able to stand up on her own, as you will see towards the end of this video. Now, let's take a look at Sailor Chibi Moon, which seems to be one of many people's favorite character, by the way. Just like Sailor Pluto, her manual is on the back of the back sheet in her box. All of the pieces are in its own compartment, just like Sailor Pluto, and the base is actually taped to the bottom. Let's remove the top piece and give you guys a closer look on this really adorable figure. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can tell already, but she is much smaller than Sailor Pluto, which just makes her look even cuter. Just like Sailor Pluto too, this is a separate tray, and underneath you can get her rod for her base. Aside from the face that's already on the figure, she also comes with 3 extra face plates. One with a happy expression, one with her like I will punish you expression kind of thing, and one with her serious face. It's a little bummer that her hands parts do not come attached to a rod, but unlike Sailor Pluto, she actually comes with 5 full sets of hands, and they all have different expressions as you can see. She also came with her stick, which is super detailed and really nicely painted. And then she also comes with an extra fringe part. The difference between this one and the one that she has on is that this one actually has these little clips on her bangs, whereas the other one does not. And here is the figure. Of course, she is wrapped with plastic sheets, so we're going to take that out. Isn't she just so adorable and so pink? She's so cute. See, this is what I was telling you about. See the difference between these 2 parts? You can see the gradient coloring on her hair, and all of the details are really nicely sculpted. I'm really impressed with this little like squiggly sideburn fringe kind of thing that they sculpted onto. And these little pigtails can be repositioned as well. And here is the back of her, the front of her. See all the details here, so pretty. And here are her little boots and stuff. So to kind of talk about the mechanism of these figures, you can actually move their neck up and down and side to side. They actually have a pivot on their shoulders, so you can move their arms. You can even bend their elbow. You can even move their wrist. Depending on the figure you have, you might be able to have them crouch a little bit or move side to side. They can definitely sit down, and I love the fact that the skirt is made with soft plastic to kind of cater to their different positions or their different pose and stuff like that. And you can even bend their knees, move their ankle and stuff. To change their face, you simply have to remove their fringe carefully. Carefully remove it. Then remove the faceplate as well. You know, these are not toys for little kids, so you have to be very careful with them. They're very delicate. Then insert the faceplate that you want to switch with. I'm actually going to use this other fringe. Push it in carefully. And there you go. I have switched out the faceplate of my Chibi Moon. And for hands, you can simply just unpeg it and then peg a new pair in. I'm actually going to keep these hands though. Here is the base plate of Sailor Chibi Moon's base. How this base works is exactly the same as Sailor Pluto. You have to peg the rod in and attach the other end of rod to a little opening clasp, just like this. Honestly though, I think this claw is a little too big for Chibi Moon. And for those who were curious to see the height difference between these two, here it is. You can see that Chibi Moon is in fact very chibi compared to Sailor Pluto. I'm really impressed with these figures. They always impress me with their level of details and paint job and everything. So from Outer Senshi, I still need to find Sailor Saturn, but other than that, my collection is growing quite nicely. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time,